Hey everybody, this is your second stimulus check update and second stimulus package update for November 12th. I hope everyone is having a great day because we have a lot of news to discuss in today's video. USA Today reports that stimulus negotiations are in the lame duck session as Congress is likely to face more deadlock. LA Times reports that a new stimulus package looks unlikely until Biden's administration is set into office. And I will also be going over all of the SSI and ssdi news. But first, be sure to subscribe to my channel, click the notifications bell, and give this video a like. Folks, there is still a lot of election news going on, and let's see what President-elect Joe Biden says about the transfer of power from Trump's administration to his.
Just going to proceed the way we have. We're going to do exactly what we'd be doing if he had conceded and said we've won, which we have, and so there's nothing really changing.
But not ruling out legal action.
No, I don't see a need for legal action. Quite frankly, I think the legal action is you're seeing it play out, the actions he's taking, and so far there is no evidence of any of the assertions made by the President or Secretary of State Pompeo. Secretary of State Pompeo.
Thank you, Mr. President-elect. Democrats are on track to lose a handful of seats in the House of Representatives. That could make it harder to pass legislation with just Democratic votes. I'm just curious, how does that impact your plans for what priorities you think you can get through this Congress, especially if the Senate remains in GOP control? And during the lame duck, will you be coordinating with Speaker Pelosi on how she should be negotiating with Republicans?
Well, I've spoken to the leader, and I've spoken to the minority leader in the House. And one of the urgent things that need to be done is people need relief right now.
There we have it, folks. That's what President-elect Joe Biden said about the current election and the current state of America. By the way, do you agree with President-elect Joe Biden, and do you think that he will do a good job in leading our country? Leave your comments down below. Now, in regards to your second stimulus check, with just a few weeks left in Congress, and President Donald Trump preoccupied with the election aftermath, the path appears more murky than ever for a deal to be brokered before the lame duck session or during the lame duck session, which is the period in November and December before new Congress and President take power in January. Congress, by the way, did leave town before the election without passing a stimulus deal, and they have failed to reach an agreement after months of contentious negotiations. Both chambers will return to Washington next week with hopes of a deal. Historically, the lame duck session has not led to a large bipartisan pieces of legislation, and thus far leaders in both parties have not displayed any willingness to relent on key demands. Making matters worse, the relationship between the top two negotiators, which is House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin, have broken down long before the election, and it's still unknown whether the president will even support a deal if one is brokered. Though a stimulus deal could remain the top priority, Congress will have little time to resolve all its policy differences, reach an agreement, and then pass it through both chambers before the House and Senate leave in December. The House is done with its year December 10th, and the Senate leaves December 18th. Democrats have countered that Republican proposals are too small. On Tuesday, Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer called Republican proposals inadequate, assuming Democrats lose two outstanding Senate races where Republicans hold sizable leads. Senate Democrats are likely to remain in the minority in the next session of Congress. If Democrats win both runoff elections in Georgia, they would hold 50 seats, giving Vice President-elect Kamala Harris the tie-breaking vote. For months, the top Democratic leaders in the White House have worked to come to a bipartisan compromise on another stimulus bill. The talks were dizzying at times, with negotiations called off multiple times, only to restart with promises that leaders are close to striking a deal. But we all know that has not happened yet. Republicans and Democrats offered competing legislation to fill the void over the months. Bills that were doomed even before they were introduced as the other side scorched key provisions. Republicans are leery about a high dollar bill because of the soaring national debt, while Democrats are pressing for a larger package that would include funding for a host of programs, which includes state and local aid, as well as another round of stimulus checks and boosted unemployment benefits. The last significant relief Congress passed to help Americans was back in March, and that was 8 months ago. Pelosi told reporters on Friday that she believed Biden winning the presidency was a key advantage in talks, and that would allow leaders to work together in a bipartisan way. Pelosi continued to stress the need for a stimulus relief package and that she wants to pass it quickly. The California Democrats said, there's a difference between Democrats and Republicans. We have a responsibility to find our common ground, stand our ground, where we can't, but make it clear to the American people what the choice is. But USA Today reports that the dynamics are shifting. The virus has continued to spread throughout the United States, and spikes have been identified in a number of places. So what do you think is going to happen, folks? Will Joe Biden be sworn into office on January 20th, or will we see 4 more years of President Trump? And who do you think is going to be responsible for passing the next stimulus package? Who will pass the next stimulus package? Will it be the Democrats or the Republicans? Leave your comments down below and tell me what you think. With that being said, thank you so much for watching. I hope all of you enjoyed this video. Before you go, be sure to subscribe to my channel, click the notifications bell, and give this video a like. Until next time, have a great day.